Hey, did you see one of Suzy Orman's posts about real estate? In this video, I will tell you why I respectfully disagree with Suzy Orman and give you my own advice. Hey guys, it's Mac Rogers, broker owner of Albert Rogers Realty here in Castro Valley, California. If you're new to the channel, I do real estate market updates as well as tips and advice for home buyers and home sellers. If you like this information, do me a favor, please click on the like button. It helps the channel get the information out to more people. If you want to see more real estate stories, click on the subscribe button and the notification bell so you won't miss any new videos when they come out. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please let me know at the comment section below as well. Okay, first of all, let me start by saying this. This is not a bashing of Suzy Orman. She's an amazing woman and has helped thousands, if not millions of people. This is a difference in opinion, particularly what I see what's going on in the market. I do not know what market she's referring to on her posts or what data she's looking at and basing her opinion from. So here's her post on her Facebook page. You can go ahead and check it out for yourself. Here's the quote. I would absolutely wait until September, October, November of this year before I even consider buying a home. One concern is property values. Many people will have to make up their missed mortgage payments around the time federal unemployment is scheduled to stop on July 31. This puts them in a difficult financial position, especially if they're still out of work. It's not impossible that your neighbors might have to foreclose on their home. It continues on. Here's the problem. Let's say you paid $300,000 for the home today and your next door neighbor is out of work due to the coronavirus and can't afford to make mortgage payments. So they foreclose on their home. That house goes for $150,000. Do you know that what that just did to your property value? It went down to $150,000. Because when somebody goes to check the latest comp, they're going to see, oh well, the house next door sold for $150,000. The house down the block, just like yours, sold for $150,000. There goes the price of the real estate. That's what happened in 2007 and 2008, unquote. So the first part of this is about forbearance. If you don't know what forbearance is, I have a video that I will link here where I talked about forbearance when this whole pandemic started. Basically, this is an agreement between a mortgage lender and the borrower in which the lender agrees not to exercise its legal right to foreclose on a mortgage, and the borrower agrees to a mortgage plan that will, over a certain period of time, bring the borrower current on his or her mortgage. Suzy is basically saying here that, you know, all those people that are asking for forbearance, guess what? Once the forbearance comes due, they will be in a heap of trouble. If you take it for what it is, it makes sense. It's logical. But let's unpack this further. Why is forbearance being offered as an option? The purpose is to help homeowners directly during this tough time in regards to their mortgage payments. Think about it. If you're going through a financial hardship, the most direct way of getting help is either debt forgiveness or allowing you to miss your mortgage payments without repercussions. The real estate crash of 2007-2008 is still fresh on everyone's mind, and this is why the government and most lenders are offering forbearance to homeowners that are having a tough time paying their mortgage due to the coronavirus. Everyone, the government, the bank, the feds, they don't want to see a repeat of 2007-2008, and they are doing everything in their power to help homeowners. We, the homeowners, didn't have this option back then. Okay, let's see what the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau or CFPB and other government agencies have to say about forbearance in order to understand better why this is actually a good thing rather than a bad thing. First, your lender or servicer may not foreclose on you until at least August 31st, 2020. Specifically, the CARES Act and the guidance from the GSEs, the FHA, the VA, and the USDA prohibit lenders and servicers from beginning a judicial or non-judicial foreclosure against you or from finalizing a foreclosure judgment for sale. This protection began on March 18, 2020 and extends through at least August 31st, 2020. So we have this provision that basically states that we, meaning the government, want to help you get through this financial crisis relative to your home and not begin foreclosure on that. This is the purpose of forbearance. Second, if you experience financial hardship due to the coronavirus pandemic, you have the right to request and obtain a forbearance for up to 180 days. You also have the right to request and obtain an extension for up to another 180 days or a total of up to 360 days. You must contact your loan servicer to request this forbearance. There will be no additional fees, penalties, or additional interest beyond scheduled amounts added to your account. You do not need to submit additional documentation to qualify other than your claim to have a pandemic-related financial hardship. For all other mortgages, if you don't have a federally or GSE-backed mortgage, you still may have relief options through your mortgage loan servicer or from your state. So the idea that someone will get foreclosed upon because of forbearance is not likely. Not that it won't ever happen, but it won't happen right away if it did. From these guidelines, if a homeowner were to ask for help, it would seem like it would take over a year before you can get foreclosed. And this is not taking into account whatever other stimulus package that Congress may further enact, which at this point looks like they will have another round of financial stimulus. The second part of her post mentioned basically a price drop of 50%. This seems to be highly unlikely because we have not seen a price drop this severe in such a short period of time. Let's just take a look at the two most recent examples. The 9/11 event. That was a catastrophic event. Yes, prices dropped, but it didn't drop 50%. As a matter of fact, it bounced back right away in a couple of months. The mortgage meltdown. It was a slow decline and then it accelerated, but it wasn't one huge drop. If foreclosures do happen because of forbearance, we need to take a look at these numbers. 77% of all active mortgages in forbearance have at least 20% equity in their home. If you have 20% equity, wouldn't you sell that home before you go into foreclosure? If you look at the chart, 90% have at least 10% equity and only 1% having negative equity. So having equity in the home gives a lot of options to homeowners. And then finally, Suzy said this. This is what happened back in 2007, 2008. This is actually not true. In 2007, 2008, Americans were in debt. They didn't have equity. They were using their homes as a piggy bank. Today, the average homeowner has $177,000 in equity. The rate of appreciation that we are having right now is not the same as the last time. We also have a lack of supply that is contributing to the price appreciation. Here's my final thoughts on this, and I would actually ask these questions. What data is she looking at, or what data she has access to that's different from mine? The data that I'm working with suggests otherwise. These are all from economists and companies that is directly related to the real estate and mortgage industry. It could be that she knows something that I don't. She is certainly more plugged in than me. Second is, what market is she referring to? Again, from what I'm experiencing and what my clients are going through, clearly suggests otherwise. And for the most part, my network of realtors from across the country and Canada are all experiencing the same thing. High demand, lack of supply, bidding wars. And finally, does this apply to my local market? You have to remember that real estate is not just regional, not just city, but more neighborhood specific. In this hot market that we have right now, there are homes that are not selling. There are neighborhoods that are slow. So if you were to ask me, should you wait a couple of months or after election? Here's my response, and has always been my response. Is there a need for you to buy or sell right now? Are you ready to move? Look, I get it. Real estate is an investment, but you have to look at it first and foremost as a basic need. Timing the market? We'd all be rich if we can do this. Basing your decision on who becomes the next president? Come on now. Base your decision on your needs and the facts as they relate to you. Hey, thanks for watching. If you're thinking of buying or selling, please reach out to us and we'd be happy to help you. Have a great day.